Eric Bakker, the Naturopath. Thanks for coming back and checking out this channel. This week we're going to discuss a topic which I always talk to patients about at some stage during consultation. Particularly on the first, maybe second consultation, we discuss about how to eat foods and how to chew properly. So this is an area that many practitioners never really discuss properly, is the importance of chewing food, not just for extracting nutrition from food and better digestive health, but also for better mental and emotional health. It's only just now starting to come to light how important the gut really is in terms of the microbiome and the bacteria and what it does for your overall health, hormone health, skin health, mental health. Every part of your body is affected by a healthy gut. But a healthy gut can only be as healthy as a person's ability, A, to select the right foods, and B, how to chew them properly. All right? Selecting the right foods, preparing them properly, and chewing them properly. That's going to lead ultimately to much better health. And what key overlooked part of this whole thing is the chewing process, what it has on the nervous system, particularly the autonomic nervous system, the parasympathetic nervous system. And that's not pathetic, that's sympathetic, right? The parasympathetic, so this is the next to the sympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system that stimulates us, it makes us, fires us up, it gets us out of bed, it gets us running away from dinosaurs and politicians and stuff like this. So the parasympathetic makes us lay down like a cat and yawn and stretch and relax and feel good, right? So yawning is a powerful parasympathetic stimulation, but guess what? So is chewing, right? Look at people chewing gum, it helps them to relax. Every time I go to LAX, I see these guys standing there with handguns and chewing gum. Always the same, chewing. A lot of these people sit there chewing. Chewing does relax people. You see taxi drivers chewing, maybe Uber drivers chewing more than taxi drivers, I don't know. But the point I'm making here is chewing relaxes the person. So the three key things we're going to discuss in this video on chewing is A, no screens. So not eating in front of your iPhone 14 Pro or whatever it is, satellite dish. I don't know what you're eating in front of, but you're eating in front of some type of screen. And that's something that we never grew up with in the 70s and 80s. We never had screens to, eat anything in front of, all right? We had tubes. We didn't carry them around with you and eat in front of them on the, in the bus or something. Nothing in your pocket to look at when you're eating. So you ate your food, you chewed your food. So I've seen an increasing amount of people with gut problems related to cell phone use when eating. I'm sure that's a really big problem. So that's number one. If you can't stop eating in front of a screen, you might want to stop, looking at the screen all the time and think about what your life's all about. It's not about fluffy cat videos or how many likes you get. It's about how your brain is interacting with the food that you're eating, and it can't do that when you're looking at a screen any more than it can't focus on that traffic ahead when you're doing 50 mile an hour. You can't focus while you're sending Auntie Mary a picture of that fluffy lamb. It's not going to work, is it? You really got to drive and text when you get to Auntie Mary's. You can't text and drive. And it's the same with food, right? So screens, whether it's TV or Xbox or whatever, snacking is where a lot of people are getting their weight from today, I think, younger people. Gaming and snacking and screens. Obesity is rife now, and if we could see that connection there, I think we're one step ahead. You can't chew properly when you're watching a screen and eating. End of. Right? Second one is smaller portion sizes. Nearly every person I know eats too much. I said nearly, I didn't say every. I said most people eat too much, particularly my age when they're 60 plus, they're bored, they're getting a retirement, they just eat too much. So a good message for younger people is look at what you got on your plate now. Try and think how much I'm going to have on my plate when I'm older and less active. Think about that, because remember, it's easy to gain 1 or 2 pounds a year, and then by the time you get to 60 or 70, it's piled right up. So weight gain's a big one. Smaller portion sizes give you the ability also to feel full faster. The satiety increases. They've even found, I've seen studies that link bacteria production, healthy bacteria production, on longer chewing times than shorter chewing times. Shorter chewing times lead to more dysbiosis. more dysfunctional bacteria, more bloating, more gas, less production of enzymes enough to break that food down. And hence we get bloating, farting, sensation of fullness, all that kind of stuff. Think of your stomach like a cement mixer. We put small amounts in, we keep the power going, and it mixes beautifully, then we can tip it out, all right, into the small intestine. Well, in this case, we tip it into wheelbarrow. Now, if we fill our wheelbarrow, that cement mixer up right to the top, okay, boom, boom, it's going to throw stuff out everywhere. It's going to get a bit spooky, okay? It's going to get a bit refluxy now. And this is what happens to humans. They sit there at night, all this stuff coming up, all that ice cream and pork sausage, and it's just too much food. And then all that sugar on top, and then that brandy, and God knows what. I'm just painting a ridiculous picture here, but this is what happens to people. And then they sit on the sofa, and then they look at TV, and then they see chocolate biscuits on TV or something like that. So, you know what I'm getting at? So, smaller portions, better chewing, easy satiety, less calorie intake, better tummy when you get to be an old fart, all right? And it really does pay off. So, no screens, smaller portions, and better chewing what you're eating. And the third one is, should I drink when I'm eating and chewing food? Well, it's up to you, okay? As I said in my email, I don't really expect you to ask me every time you go to the bathroom, can I go to the bathroom? No, you go to the bathroom, all right? Should you drink with your meal? Well, that's your call, all right? That's your call. You may have dry mouth, you may have Sjogren's disease, you may need a little bit of water, you may suffer from a little bit more from sympathetic overload or stress, have a drier mouth and anxiety, you may need a bit more water when you eat, right? Nervous animals tend to drink a lot more than calm animals. Studies also shown that animals under stress tend to drink more when they eat food too than animals that don't. I don't know if they've put humans under stress, but yeah. One thing that you really don't want to be doing, of course, is having soda drinks with meals. I think that's a really big mistake. Is high sugar intake with any kind of food is bad, and this will definitely lead to digestive issues. So that's the three things I wanted to cover with the chewing. All right, and remember, chewing leads to better. You got it. We'll see you all next week. Thanks for tuning in.